Welcome to another episode of Russell Realty Minute with your host, Evan Russell, where Evan shares his real-world real estate experience with you. If you like what you hear, please be sure to give him a quick review right here in iTunes. Thank you for listening.
What's going on with today's real estate market? I hear things are going for over asking price. I hear there's bidding wars. I hear the market is just bananas. What's going on? Well, let me just explain to you the log jam that is the real estate market today. You're getting more than asking price, and there are, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 buyers for every one house. I walked into a house in a suburb north of Boston this weekend. We pulled some comps while I was at the dining room table, and she was going to list her house for $450,000. You know how many 4-bedroom houses were in this zip code for under $450,000? Zero. When she lists, she will be the only game in town. So as a seller, she can ask for whatever she wants. She's going to be it's the old supply and demand. She's the only house on the market in that particular zip code at that price point. The world is her oyster. But here's where the log jam comes in. Yeah, she can get maximum price for her house, but where's she going to go? Right? That's the problem. If the sellers aren't willing to go to a temporary housing situation, or they don't have a place to go, they're reluctant to sell. Thus creates a supply problem, because the sellers can get maximum money for their house, but they have nowhere to go. Because if they go out and they try to buy a house as a contingent buyer, 9 times out of 10, that's going to get rejected. A contingent offer, meaning you need the successful sale of your house and the proceeds from your house you're selling to buy your new house, versus a non-contingent offer where you don't have a house to sell. The contingent offer is going to lose every time. So if I can get a maximum amount of money for my house, then I go out and try to buy something new as a contingent buyer, I'm probably not going to have much luck. Now, it's rare, it could happen, but you're probably not going to have much luck. So the sellers are reluctant to sell. So here's where the logjam is. There's no sellers. There's a ton of buyers. The interest rate is still low. People know they can afford a house for less than what they're paying in their rent. So they want to buy. The interest rates are low. They want to take advantage. But there's no supply. There's no supply because the sellers have nowhere to go. Thus creates the logjam that we're in, and thus creates a supply and demand issue, which is creating bidding wars and feeding frenzies for sellers who choose to sell their house and perhaps go to some temporary housing, go to an apartment for the year, move in with their parents, go to their second home, whatever the case is. That's really where the logjam is.
This has been another Russell Realty Minute, brought to you by Evan Russell.